are live. Welcome to episode 46 of the High Slot Podcast, brought to you by our producer, Mass Music Radio. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce.
How are we?
Snipsky.
Yes, sir.
And myself, Andrew Coco Curry. What's going on, fellas?
I got a little story for the boys. I told Vinny this earlier.
Story time?
It's honestly kind of a wild story.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, I'm coming in hot. Wires kind of crossed yesterday, so.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, rightfully so, as you listen to what I'm going to say. So, I'm coming home from school, right? I'm in my truck, pull up to Arthur Street, about to back in my truck into the driveway, and I see on my right peripheral vision, I see like a big ass Chevy truck just bombing down the street, and then like they stopped on a dime, almost hit me as I'm backing in, and I'm like, I stop, and I'm like, kind of like, the fuck, and I look over and I see it, and this dude just like looking at me, has his dude with a beard, he's like a union guy because he had like this like green like reflective vest on, and he like rolled down the window and was like fucking cussing me out. He's like, "You fucking pussy, fuck you, blah blah blah," all this shit, like blaring his horn. And I back up a little bit just to let him go, and he almost nails me, like almost hits me, just like speeds off again. And then like I stop for a second, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I put my shit in drive. I bombed down the street after him. And this dude was at the stop sign down the other side of Arthur Street. And he sees me, and his eyes lit up, and then dude, I've never seen this. His eyes lit up. He's like, "Oh shit!" Slams on the gas and just blows through like when you take the left and the other stop sign going onto like Copeland, bro. Yeah. He just fucking blows through. Didn't care. Another car just comes in, like or whatever, like blaze on the horn. He goes. I'm like, what a pussy. But dude, I was like, I after the dude like sped off, I sat there. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why did I just like chase this guy down the street? I could just let that go and whatever. I don't know what came over me, dude, but yeah, that's my story. I just came in hot in the pod.
Dude, there's always some stuff going on Arthur Street. Like
it
every
blows,
time I
dude.
Drive down the street, there's some like idiot just like trying to play chicken with you, like seeing who can like get to the closest without hitting each other. I'm just like, come on, man.
I got ran off the road one time too, dude. It was nuts. But I digress. What's up with you, Vinny?
Nothing. Yeah, Arthur Street sucks. Like legit. I was driving down there today, and like I can't, like you're supposed to pull over if someone comes straight down. You know what I mean? Like, but I said fuck it today. I was playing chicken. I was getting close, but like not close enough.
Sometimes you just gotta stick it to the man.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But sometimes you got to pick your battles. I don't even know. What if I actually got in an altercation? The guy just had a hammer on him and just fucking put a couple in my chest. You never know.
If he had a hammer, he would have like stopped and got out.
Yeah.
But he had nothing. That's why he was like, all right, I don't know what this guy's got. I got nothing.
I had a 9-iron and a hockey stick, so I would have been all right.
Bob had the chopper.
I mean, so if you're that guy, you can't play tough guy and then not back it up and then just like, speed off like with your tail tucked between your legs like that. Come on.
Honestly,
like,
that dude was a pussy.
You gotta talk that talk. You gotta walk that walk.
Yeah.
There was no. He was like, "There's no shot. This guy's like following me," and then he follows him, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
I like blacked out. Next thing you know, I just see this guy like go through like a stop sign, and then like I just like snapped out of it. And I was like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "What was I gonna do if I got out of the truck?"
That guy could definitely feel the steam off your head, like from like a mile away.
Yeah, got Diane's temper. Shout out Diane.
Well, on a more positive note, I finally got my day with the state title. Been waiting been waiting 27 years to get my hands on that bad boy, and finally did.
Dude, that was a sick picture. Right when you put that in the group chat. Yeah, right when you put that in the group chat, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like I was honestly jealous. I'm like, "Damn it!" Like I would love to have that thing in my hands.
The Noah boys
Did Larry
came
and
through.
the boys bring it in?
No, it wasn't. No, it was during school hours, so they were probably busy studying. But it was Coach.
Studying.
It was Coach Casso brought it over to me. He's like, "Yeah, want you to get your 2 seconds of fame with it." I was like, "Thanks, appreciate it."
Fuck
was it chipped like they said?
I was chipped. Yeah, I checked it out. The chip was real. Yeah,
nasty.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, no, it felt good, even though I had nothing to do with winning that whatsoever. Felt great.
You were there for on the road to glory.
Yeah, you're part of the whole development of it. So
yeah, I mean, I guess that had a little something to do with it. But we got a big episode today for all you beauties out there. We're gonna start with a little Mass High School hockey roundup. I know you thought the season was over, but we have one last game we need to recap. Then we have a great interview with the Canton High hockey team. We have their captains, Leo Owens, Brendan Tourgee, and AJ Thomas. Then we will get into some Bruins banter, discuss the hometown Boston Bruins performance as of late, and then we'll finish with our weekly NHL Gambling Corner. What do you boys say? You ready to roll?
Let's rock.
Let's go.
Let's do it. So the Mass high school hockey season has come to an end, but some of the seniors out there got the chance to represent their school one last time in the Senior All-Star Game this past Sunday at the Canton Ice House. The format of this game featured a North Shore versus South Shore showdown compiled of many of the state's top seniors. Just wanted to give these guys a shout out. We had the North All-Stars. The forwards included Patrick Harnan from Boston Latin, Brady Bullock from St. Mary's, Ronan Locke from Swampscott, Evan Panucci from Reading, Brady Darcy from Shawsheen, Ben Mulgrew from Westford Academy, Mike Daniels from Wilmington, Jack Hayes from Winthrop, Cole Blazer from St. John's Prep, Kobe Sloan from Burlington, Cam Feechy from Belmont, and Carter Richardson from Shrewsbury. The defense for the North All-Stars featured Joe O'Keefe from Melrose, Ryan Noonan, Arlington Catholic, Cam Doherty, Essex Tech, Kevin Thompson from Reading, Braden McDonald, Triton, Aiden Holland, St. John's Prep, Tyler LaRue from Andover, and Peter Grace from Belmont. The goalies included Jamie Brooks from Newburyport, Ryan Melanson from St. John Shrewsbury, and Logan Herguth from Lincoln Sudbury. The coach was Christian Hansen, who was the coach of St. John's Prep. For the South Shore All-Stars, we had forwards Will Martin from Quincy, Ryan Kane from Weymouth, Aiden Harrington, Duxbury, Owen McHugh, Milton, Timmy Ward from Norwell, Ace Concannon from Hingham, Gavin Moynihan, Zavarian, Joe, Playoff Joe, DiMartino from Zavarian, Robbie Marshall, Wellesley, Jason Finkelstein from Walpole, Jackie Murphy, BC High, and Nick Fasano from Braintree. The defensive core consisted of Aiden Dunphy from the Silver Lake Show, Jake Hemingway, Marshfield, Chase McKenna, Hingham, Jack Dickey from Watertown, Matt Cox from BC High, Drew Cody from Braintree, Matt Bentrulli from Walpole, and Matt Keenan from Archbishop Williams. The goalies included our guy Brady Quackenbush from Marshfield, Sam Mazanek from Duxbury, and Casey Williams from Watertown. The coaches were Mike Flaherty from Duxbury and Chris Googans from Pembroke. To no one's surprise, the South Shore All-Stars won the game 7-5.
What else is new?
Yeah, I mean, South Shore is where the hockey's at, so I'm not shocked.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that. Everyone who listens to the podcast already knows that South Shore hockey will take North Shore hockey out any day of the week. But just thought it was rightfully so to end the Mass high school hockey season officially by shouting out those seniors who were selected as All-Stars for this year. So shout out to all of them. Those look at last time they got to suit it up for their high school, so it's probably pretty special for those guys. And best of luck to all of them in the future. Yeah,
shout out Lake Show's own Aiden Dunphy for burying pretty much iced the game. I think he got the empty net to make it 7-5. I saw that, so shout out Lake Show.
I think he might be up next on the pod.
Yeah, maybe.
Need him.
See what happens.
Also shout out Quincy's own Will Martin. Got to represent the Q.
Hell yeah. Love to see that.
All right, now I think it's a good time to kick it over to today's interview. We got Leo Owens, Brendan Tourgee, and AJ Thomas, the Canton High School hockey captains. For today's show, we have a couple of young studs joining us. They're the captains of the Canton High hockey team, and once again, they're the state champions for Division II. Please welcome Leo Owens, Brendan Tourgee, and AJ Thomas. Thanks for joining the show today, boys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Pleasure.
Absolutely. So, boys, I got to ask you, how does it feel to be state champs again? Has there been any special treatment at school or around town since the big win?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. I mean, dude, it's kind of normal now here in Canton, though, going there and winning. But yeah, it's been pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Couple parties. You know.
Couple
beers, couple 2-tree, couple.
Yeah, just keeping it light. But yeah, no, you boys are right, dude. State championship's been, becoming a part of the culture there at Canton. What's that, 3 in the past 4 years? I mean, not counting the COVID year where there was no state champion. So yeah, 3 in 4 years is pretty special. Getting pretty close to that Malden Catholic dynasty back in our day when they won 4 straight.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. The expectations are always pretty high, though, going into the seasons. Everyone expects us to be there, so we got to live up to them.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about last year real quick. So last year, both Canton boys and girls teams made it to the Garden, and unfortunately, both teams lost in the state finals. Now, fast forward a year later, both teams make it back to the Garden. The girls team had the early game before you guys, and they lost again, unfortunately for them. Did that cause any added pressure for you guys? I mean, did you even know that they lost, or were you guys just so locked in on your game that none of that really even mattered?
Yeah, they had the TV going in the locker room, so we watched them lose.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we turned off the TV right before Duxbury started celebrating, and then we knew that we had to get the job done. Yeah,
that's like a bad omen, dude.
Yeah, last year was the same type of situation where, like, the girls' game's on the TV in the locker room. We're watching it. And, you're trying to stay focused. I think last year we were a little bit more intrigued in the girls' game.
Yeah.
But then I remember, I think it was him. We were yelling, like, turn off the TV, like, get it off, like mid-third period, like, let's get it, like, locked in. And we couldn't figure out how to get it off, but then I think someone, like, just unplugged it at the end.
You just throw a skate at it, just shatter the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to support, the girls team being part of your school, some of your classmates, but yeah, there's a part that you just want to kind of block out everything and focus on yourselves. But yeah, I just wanted to see if that had any effect heading into your game. So let's talk about the game a little bit. So you guys faced off against Hopkinton, who was probably one of the most explosive offensive teams in the state with Pavitt Mera and his 40-goal campaign this year. I mean, he potted one early in the game, but then you guys just completely shut him down. So what was the game plan for stopping a player of his caliber who he can score at any moment when he's on the ice?
We had to, practice all week for it, special drills to help, shut him down, put our best guys on him. It's don't let him get the puck. That was our whole goal the whole game. Him at 22, so.
I mean, we've obviously played some other respectable D1 teams who all have players like him, so we kind of were used to it. We go through our coach. He's the best with. We know everything every team's gonna do coming in the game. We go through so much film on the other team. We know their breakout. We know their forecheck. So we kind of just watching his tendencies and just knew where he was gonna be. And we've dealt with good players before, so it's nothing new to us. And they had a few other good guys that we shut down too. That didn't. They I think it was 22, 4, 7. Yeah. So I mean, we had depth, and you can't win a championship with 2 or 3 players. You got to have 4 lines that can go, and even have more than we have 5, 6 lines that we can play.
Yeah, just knowing where that kid was at all times is huge.
Yeah, you guys seem dialed in, dude. After that one goal, it's just he was just way out of the equation. You guys are putting hats on him, putting bodies on him at all times. So that's how you got to beat a player like that.
Yeah, I think after they scored the first goal too, we responded great. I think I looked next to the guy next to me, and I was like, I like it. It kind of gets you locked in quicker than when you go out there at first. It's all the big lights, the big stadium. It's kind of tough to stay focused. So getting a goal. I mean, getting down early kind of definitely locked us in, and especially when you're playing a lower seed, you got to find a way to just dial in quick, especially at the Garden.
Yeah, so I mean, this wasn't your guys' first time at the Garden, so do you think that was an advantage for you guys at all, having been here before, used to the lights, used to the ice at the Garden? Because from what everyone's been telling me, the ice is so much different. There's not a bump in the ice. The puck just flies around.
Yeah, 100%.
The worst thing is it's so hot there.
Yeah, the heat.
You're sweating on the ice, in the locker room, you got to take off all your stuff. So we knew after playing there last year that we had to, wear sweatshirts, in practice, so we got to get ready for the hotness.
Yeah, you could tell the other team they weren't used to the hot. We knew what was coming, so that helped.
But you guys are wearing sweatshirts there in practice. That's how hot it is.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
That's nuts.
I don't know how the NHL guys go every night in that. It's actually absurd.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. I mean, and give you guys credit. You guys kept your composure going down 1-0. I know you didn't really play from behind too often throughout the tournament. But, even after Pavitt scored that early goal, I think I said to Bob, I'm like, it might be the Pavitt show again. But after that, he was basically non-existent. You guys just controlled that game, really from start to finish. Didn't let the, early goal by Hopkinton, throw you guys off or anything. Just kind of, kept pounding them, getting pucks in deep, grinding. And it was a great game to watch, honestly, from our perspective.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good times. Good winning with the boys. And after we got the first one, it was a little bounce off towards the skate. Yeah. But we knew that, once we got that, we were going to come back in flying and pop to the next shift. So.
And, I mean, you look at the Duxbury game, too. We were down in between periods. I think they got one mid-second. Even though we had – the first it was, iffy. We didn't play our best game. But second period, we dominated them. They threw a puck on net, got a deflection in. And then we were down going to the third in that one. And then we struck on the 5-on-3 right at the start of the period. So, I mean, we weren't down a ton this year, but in the playoffs, the semifinals and finals, we were down. So I definitely think going down in the Duxbury game helped us a little bit too with the Garden.
Yeah, I mean, that's what good teams do. They come from behind when facing adversity. They know how to handle it. It seems as if your team's style kind of all year was more defensive minded. If I'm correct, you guys only let in 2 goals in the entire postseason. What do you guys think led to the team's success defensively? Was it a system that your coach implemented? Was it great goaltending, or maybe a combination of the two?
I think all of that.
Yeah, definitely good goaltending.
Our coach is definitely defensive out first. Everything he says, defense, play behind the puck, play in front of the net.
D-side.
Yeah, D-side of the puck.
I think, he really emphasized, really focusing on defense and, the goals will come. We're talented enough offensively, so if we just focus on our defense, the goals will come from that too. So, but he really put an emphasis on that in playoffs.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like Barry Trotz.
Trotzy.
Or Tortorella just bagging them. Just that straight up bagging the boys in preseason skates throughout Tortorella. Just has that mindset.
All done.
Has that been kind of the system in the past, or was it just you guys looked at the team this year and were we're just not as explosive offensive as we've been in the past, so we kind of have to rely on defense first?
It's always been defense first, or D-zone out.
Yeah. We have a pretty simple we have a very strict structure. Everyone has to, we're very systems team. We all you have to buy in to play can hockey.
Yeah.
We have no individuals. You can have the most skilled guy, and if he doesn't buy in, he's not going to be able to. It's not going to work with us.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys hold each other accountable. Make sure each guy's doing his job. Make sure you guys are in the right position. I mean, to be honest with you guys, we've always kind of had a beef with Canton. It's personal on our end. We would go toe to toe with Canton in the state tournament back in our day, and every time we matched up against them, it was a tight, low scoring affair because that's what North Quincy style was too. It was park the bus, defense first, and then goals are going to come. So it was always a clash of similar styles when we faced off against each other. So we can respect that though from our end on. How much it takes to buy in, and with a coach kind of, feeding it to you guys. It works. Honestly, it works. It's not the most, fun hockey to watch, but it puts W's on the board.
Too many matchups with Canton back in the day. Too many.
Always decided by a shootout or overtime.
Oh, yeah. We played a state game. The Roonies were on the team, and we scored to tie the game, but one of our guys was in the crease, just screening the goalie, and they called it off. And you guys beat us. What the hell? This is horrible.
Yeah, I hear Vinny waking up there in the middle of the night screaming. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, his foot's in the crease. His foot was in the crease.
That was brutal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got a little revenge my sophomore year, though. I'll give some credit for that. Burying one down 2-0 to lead the comeback, and then getting one in the shootout. Never been more nervous in my life, dude. My legs were jello. The place was rocking. I was like, please don't just whiff on this shootout attempt.
That one felt good.
I did. Not gonna lie. We got to talk about the high slot's favorite player on the Canton team, and that's number 25, Jack. I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but Jack DiGirolamo.
Moose.
Bad that I butchered the last name.
Digirama.
Digi.
So we nicknamed him Moose because let's be honest, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. And we've been calling him the Patty Maroon of Matt High School hockey, but he's got better hands. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, he's got mitts.
He had a couple of assists in you guys' championship game. He made a bunch of big plays.
Yeah, he was out there buzzing in the state championship game. He was generating a lot of offense for you guys. I mean, how key was he to the team's success? And what's he like? Because we checked out his Instagram. He seems electric.
Yeah, he's a beauty. It's so funny too. He has the best hands on the team. Like he's like used to not never, but like he wasn't the most physical guy freshman, sophomore year. And then last year he threw a few bodies around him. This year he's just been croaking.
Yeah, he smoked somebody in the state game in the championship. Yeah, he had a couple bodies for sure.
Captain Crunch out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fun player to play with too. He's always laughing, always in a good mood. You get some boys going in the locker room too, so just a good time to be around.
He's nuts too. He's always getting under people's skin.
Oh yeah.
He's always messing with people. He's a big prankster.
He's a clown.
He's always hiding people's sticks.
Nasty.
I mean, that's the type of guy you need, though. Good locker room guy. Glue guy, yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
But yeah, we were like, man, this guy's a big boy, but he's got some soft hands on him. I mean, not the fastest guy out there, but he could dangle in a phone booth.
He's nimble.
He's had some ridiculous goals throughout the years, like just putting his stick like over the guy 4 times. Like it's just ridiculous.
Toe drags are insane. They work every time.
You go against him in practice and you try to hit him and you just bounce off.
Oh, he's probably the worst guy to go against one-on-one in practice.
Yeah. There's like one kid on our team. For some reason he just knows how to hit him and he just buries him. He's got him 3 times. This kid Jack Laro. So he's like
fastest slap shot mass.
Yeah, hardest slap shot mass.
He's got his number. So this is a question for Brendan Tourgee, and the other boys can touch on this too, but you're named captain in your junior year, which is a huge accomplishment first off, and it's not something you really see too often. So how were you named captain? Were you voted captain by your teammates, or you can be honest with us, are you the coach's son?
I am not the coach.
Can I jump in here real quick too? Not to mention he's a 3-sport captain with golf, hockey, and lacrosse.
Wow, let's go.
I thought you said you sucked at lacrosse.
He's the captain too, AJ.
Yeah, we're not very good at lacrosse, but we got to lead the team.
Yeah, it's about leadership at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
boys fired up.
That question.
Wait, what was the question again?
So just like how were you named captain as a junior? Like what are some qualities that you might display that led you to be named a captain in only your junior year? Are you like the voice of the locker room? I mean, what is it?
I lead by example more than the voice, I'd say.
Yeah.
And the tradition at Canton High is the coaches they choose, so it's not a vote.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you've been 3-year varsity guy now.
Yeah. I made it during the COVID year. That's why I came in.
Gotcha. I mean, it's just, you see more oftentimes than not, you'll have seniors as captains. But, yeah, every once in a while you just get, an underclassman that comes around, displays those qualities. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you a little credit for that.
Thanks.
I mean, boys, we've been saying all year that Canton hockey is a dynasty and that there's something out in the water in Canton since all Canton does is produce these specimens every year. But I mean, seriously, what is in the water? I mean, why do you think Canton hockey is always so successful? Is it, the youth programs are just developing kids? Is it the coaching? I mean, what is it? What's the key?
I think part of it's just tradition. Like, if you look at it, like when we were younger, it was like the 2010 team winning, the 2009 team going to the Garden. Like, I think, just seeing all the high school kids and then the youth hockey programs, it's unbelievable. I think we've won countless state championships.
Yeah, we all grew up together, like winning state championships, regionals, like just everyone that's been on that team has played together, so we all have the chemistry. We don't got to build it in, so it's already there.
I mean, you also look at the good programs around too, like we always would go up against battles against Duxbury. Like that was our big battle. They're good. They're obviously a great high school program. You know, Hingham was Braintree. Like it's just those. I think it was the South Shore Conference.
Yeah.
You know, but it definitely the youth program. Like you know, you have a few guys play club, but they play Canton too, and it's definitely the youth program now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly the South Shore, man. That's where all the good hockey's at.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
That's a fact. So it sounds like you guys have a lot of you probably played together, you know, since you were youngsters. So do you think that, you know, plays a part in like keeping kids from Canton at the high school? Because, you know, you look at all these junior programs now, these club hockey teams, and high schools have to, you know, battle with those programs. You know, kids will go and play juniors because they think, you know, it's going to give them a better chance to, you know, make it to the next level. Do you think that's kind of the reason why a lot of kids in Canton kind of stay with it up throughout the high school level?
Yeah, I think the winning tradition helps too, because you see kids go on the Garden every year. You want to be a part of that. You want to win them for your town too.
Yeah, it's special. Like I think just playing for your town and stuff. Like really, especially in Canton, it's such a hockey town. Like you know, other sports in Canton like aren't always gonna make a run to the Garden, but like we are. So it's like, you know, Canton it's definitely a hockey town. So playing for Canton and in Canton is pretty special.
All right, boys, last question before we let you guys go. So first, this one's for the seniors. What's next for you guys? Is there a plan to play hockey at the next level, or are you guys calling it a career?
Probably club at college, wherever we go. Like that's like the goal right now.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going to Merrimack next year, so I'm probably gonna just try to play club there, and we'll see what happens. But I'll definitely skate a little bit in the spring and summer. You know, the summer and spring tournaments are always the best part of hockey.
yeah.
So, you know, those will be fun. But
Yeah, club hockey's been popping off lately. It's becoming a lot more popular than it was, you know, back in the day. I mean, Robbie and I can, you know, talk about that a little bit, being members of the Quincy College club hockey team. So if you guys, you know, limited on your options, you know, give us a call. We can definitely find you a spot on the Quincy College Granite next year.
Yeah, we'll find you a bench spot.
We'd love to have you. And for Tourgee, I mean, what's it going to take for Canton to go back-to-back next year?
Well, we don't rebuild in Canton. We reload. So
Nasty.
Keep it locked and loaded.
Nasty.
Love to hear that. I mean, you know, obviously you're losing your two captains beside you, and I think 8 seniors in total. But are you confident in the you know, freshmen, sophomores that'll be coming up?
yeah, we had a lot of freshmen this year.
6.
We got a ton of kids in my grade, a couple kids in sophomore year. We'll be back. We'll be awesome.
Love to hear it. Boys, thanks for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. Congrats again on the state championship. You know, best of luck in your boys' future. And Tourgee, you already know we're going to be on the Canton bandwagon next year, so don't let us down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks
It's
for
been a
having
pleasure.
us.
Hey, we
Thanks for having
appreciate
us.
it, boys.
Thanks for coming on, boys.
All right, that's a great interview with the boys from Canton. The Canton Dynasty, man, it's real. It's real. 3 of the last 4. Shout out to them. And from what Tourgee was saying, they're going to be back next year.
Oh, yeah, really? Shocker.
Something in the water.
Part of the culture in their Canton now. It's just, that's the expectations in Canton. State
Yeah, he
championship
said it
or
real
bust.
confident, too.
Yeah, you know how the Red Sox are like, you know, I mean, like that song "Dirty Water." Maybe that's what they're fucking drinking, dude. Because I don't think everyone likes their water clean. Maybe Can just does the other way.
Like it
Maybe they're just
dirty.
drinking some dirty water.
Down and dirty in Canton. I mean, it doesn't shock me, though, that like every other sport they have is like kind of mediocre, and then they're just standouts in hockey like every year. It's crazy.
Yeah, they never had a bad team, dude.
Yeah, you got to go way back to like probably the last like losing record from Canton. It's been decades.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we move on here? Talk a little Bruins banter right now. So since our last episode, the Bruins have gone 3-1 with wins over the Canadiens, Lightning, and Hurricanes. They did have their lone loss coming from the hands of the Nashville Predators. Boys, what's our thoughts on the Bees lately?
They've been playing well, man. I I was at the Lightning game this past Saturday. Dude, that was like the sickest way to start a hockey game. That was nuts. So shout out Sean Farnham, my boy. We were there. So we had pretty sick seats too. We had like a perfect vantage point of everything up in the balcony. And during the Natty Anthem, I like shouldered Sean. I go, yo, dude, they got their fourth lines going. I think there's gonna be a tilt. And he goes, you think so? I'm like, yeah, dude. We got Patty Maroon out there, Hathaway, dude. Like, this shit's gonna go down. You know what I mean? And then it was Lauco started it. Well, I mean, Patty Maroon was like
Ross Colton.
Yeah, Ross Colton and Lauco or whatever. And then, like, dude, you know how Farnham is? He goes, this is nasty, or whatever. and then, like, dude, it's just like, the whole, like, it was just a sold out crowd. It was so fucking loud, dude. And, like, it was a great game, too. Yeah, but other than that, like, the Bruins were playing well. That Canes game, dude, the next game, like, Bergie, Marshy, or whatever, like, stayed back. Good win there, honestly. Like, that's pretty good win there. And then the Preds game, whatever, like, you can't win them all. Like, we won like 7 or 8 in a row or something like that, maybe 9 or something going into that game. So it's like, can't win them all, man. And the Preds are sneaky kind of good. Like, they're trying to get into a playoff spot. They're scrappy right now. So overall, I mean, can't complain.
It was going good until last night. Last night was horrible just because of the power play. Like,
power play was tough.
If they get their power play together, they at least win that game in overtime. It's like tied at least. They had 8 minutes of power play time, and Pasta played 7 minutes of it and didn't even get a shot off.
Wow.
But yeah, and it's I don't know. You got to mix it up. Like, love having Pasta out there for like 7 minutes of it, but also, like, if it's not working, you gotta like switch it up. That's all. Like, everything has been going so well. Like the Canadians Lightning game, those are hard fought battles. Like Canadians, like that sneaky shady hit on Bergeron, and then Marshy goes after him. like those. Like, you love to see them win those games. Same with the Lightning. The Lightning try to bully the Bruins. Like, I think you can, like, if you, not this year, I don't think, because we're so deep, but like prior years, we get bullied out of the building, we just lose. But yeah, the Canes game, that's like sweet. Like, you leave everybody at home, and then you end up when you have David Krejci as your first line center, and with like Bertuzzi and I forget who else on the wing, but like to win a game like that with where everyone's penciling you in for an L is sweet. Like the goalies are playing unreal. It's just that power play, man. If like teams will just bully us in the playoffs if we can't score on the power play, they're just going to take penalties because they know we can't bury, and that's not good. And you got to be firing on all cylinders. Yeah,
last night, dude, I counted probably like 4 or 5 all-man rushes while we were on the peeper, letting up a bunch of all-man rushes on shorthanded chances. You can't be doing that. Like,
No. Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck how good you are 5-on-5. Like, if you can't like put together like a decent power play, like, it's gonna bite you in the ass in the playoffs. I know that back in 2011, I think we won the Stanley Cup with a bad power play percentage, but at the same time, like, that's a liability. You gotta clean it up.
Yeah, power play definitely been concerning because, come playoff time, teams are going to build momentum on a good kill. You go out there, you kill a penalty, that's a big kill. The momentum just swings to your side. So you need to at least be like generating some, good chances on the peeper. Obviously you're not going to score every time. Even the best teams only score like 20% of the time on the power play, but our power play in the second half of the season's like, I think it's less than 10%. Like last time I checked, it was like 5 for 55. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, I heard a stat today on the radio that we scored 36 power play goals in the first like 40 games of the year, and since then, like the next 30, we've only scored half, like 17.
Yeah.
So like it's definitely went down. Like,
I don't know what's going on either, because it's the same unit out there. What it seems like, it's like we haven't lost anyone major. Like, I don't know, maybe teams are just adjusting because they know we've been trying to feed Pasta off for, the 1T on the back door. So they've been kind of shutting that down. But that's got to open up, room for like Bergie in the bump or Marshy on the half wall or McAvoy up top. It's like we just got to move the puck around a little more, get some better looks. We got some time to figure it out, but come playoff time, that could be make or break for you. You need a big goal at an opportune time, and you go on a power play. That's the time to do it. So, that's probably the one aspect of the game that worries me a little bit about the Bruins. But other than that, Bees have been buzzing. They went on a 7-game heater. Unfortunately, lost last night to a pesky Preds team. Hats off UC Saros, had a solid night in net. The Lightning game, I didn't realize there was bad blood between the Bruins and Lightning like that. Like, I think it was more the Lightning are just so desperate right now, and they knew they were coming up against a wagon in the Bruins, so they're like, we got to do something. We got to do something to start this game and throw them off. So they throw out the fourth line, and Monty's like, fuck that. We're throwing out our fourth line too, and we're just having a Donnybrook.
So if you looked at the situation, Lightning were losing. They lost 4 in a row, and we won like 6 in a row at this point or something, like 5 in a row. And obviously it's a fucking Hornets nest, dude. Like, you're walking into a Hornets nest. Like, it's literally like figuratively and literally a Hornets nest. It's all black and gold everywhere, like whatever, and like we're fucking nasty. So like 100% in that locker room, like John Cooper's probably like, all right, Fat Pat, get out there. Like throw those lunchbox hands around, like, you know what I mean.
Plus, the thing I look at when I was watching it, it's like more of a like passing of the torch. They don't want to, because they won the East last year too. Like, Tampa's threatened by us, so they're like, all right, well, we're gonna show them today that we're still here. Like, it was kind of like they try to send a message and like beat us up and win and be like, yeah, we're still Eastern Conference.
Didn't work though.
And we're just way too deep with all the moves we made, like Bertuzzi, Hathaway on the back end. We got
Orlov.
Yeah, we got Trent Frederick, like back end of like the forwards. You know what I mean? Like our fourth lines, we got guys for days. We're not like, if we lose a guy on the fourth line, we got another guy to fill right in that can play. And same with the D. Our D, that's what I'm most worried about when it comes to playoffs, is losing a D man, and then we got to throw Grizzlick in there.
But I thought the Lightning win was big because that was a desperate Lightning team coming into Boston. So I'm like, this might be a spot where they kind of catch us, on a bad day. But no, they didn't. We took care of business against them. And I thought the Canes win was even better. I mean, no Marshy, no Bergie, no Lindholm, no problem. I mean, the boys left the Lambo in the garage and we still won. So that I thought was a huge win for us, being able to sit those guys, give them some rest. We were like, hey, don't even have to make the flight, boys. Just, stay back home, kick your feet up and watch the game from your couch, rest up because we're going to need you for the playoffs. And that was a game for sure. I was like, no way we're beating the Canes in Carolina with our, basically our whole top line out. So that was a gutsy win. And that just shows how deep this team is, man. I mean, Snips, you said it, we got guys for days. And watching that game, I was like saying to myself, I'm like, is this a little glimpse into the future? No Bergie, no Marshy. Imagine Pasta out there, C on his chest, leading the boys in a few years. Might happen.
Yeah. I mean, you know who I think it might be instead would probably be like Charlie McAvoy. That's who I think.
Charlie Hustle.
Just because I like Pasta, like he scores a lot of goals, but he's got to clean up his defensive game. Like, I think he's a great player, but he has the most turnovers in the league. So he has 100 turnovers.
When he's burying 50, though.
Yeah, no, I get it. He has the puck a lot, but like also I don't want to like say he's not part of the reason why our power play stinks, because he makes some questionable passes in the O-zone. Yeah,
he tries to do too much sometimes. I agree with that.
Passing through guys and stuff instead of just like playing catch with like the D-man or
instead of making the simple play, he tries to make like a highlight reel, like toe through someone, or make like a sauce, like cross ice, like. Yeah, the low percentage, chances.
Yeah, you don't really notice that kind of shit until you're like actually like at the game, because like what Vinny said's correct. Like there's times where like he had the puck on the power play or whatever, and he'd go through the neutral zone and try to like go through 3 guys, like knife through 3 guys, and they just fucking lift his stick, go the other way. You know what I mean? And he can easily just give it to like Marshy or something like that, or Bergie going in.
Just like get the red line and chip it in.
Or dump and chase. But he doesn't know how to dump and chase. All he knows is about like stick handling and shooting.
Boys, I don't know if you saw, but what were your thoughts on Marshy's comment about the current playoff format? So in case you guys didn't see it, he said about the current playoff format, he said teams are kind of getting screwed. And he added, you have the top 3 teams all in one division. You have 3 teams that should be going deep and 2 of them are going to be playing against each other in the first round.
Yeah.
So I think we should be going back to the 1 versus 8 format, is what Marshawn said. What are our thoughts there?
Yeah, I think going 1 against 8 or whatever is like way more like electric, because like you can actually get like a crazy upset. You know what I mean? Like look what happened with the LA Kings when they won in 2012, 2014.
I think they were 8 seeds twice.
Yeah, they're 8 seeds that won the Stanley Cup twice. So it's like, I mean, I don't have a problem with the way it's set up now, but I understand what Marshawn's coming from, because like right now you got like the Devils and like Rangers supposed to play each other, and those are 2 like considered like top East teams going at it, that could easily be playing like an easier team, you can say, and like go, like you said, go deeper and like have like a way more entertaining like playoff in the second or third round. But at the same time, like, I mean, that's a pretty cool like first round matchup to see. You know what I mean? Right off the bat, you see just like an absolute battle. Like the Lightning and the Leafs are probably going to be the first round together again. Like,
yeah,
I like that. I like that type of shit.
Devils, Rangers too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, I am for the 1-8 matchups, because I think it's a little bit more fair when it comes down to like I would want the worst team. If I'm the Bruins, I want the worst team right now. Like that's making it like, I don't want, this team's like they're really good, they're borderline, but you're gonna have to play them like a Penguins or the Islanders. Those not the Penguins,
Islanders
but
scare me,
yeah,
dude.
the Islanders scare me,
Dude,
more.
they've been playing good lately.
But I think I know what the NHL is going for, though, with this playoffs, is like more of a like rivalry thing going on, because like that's kind of like there's a lot of juice like in those games, like when the Bruins play the Leafs in the playoffs, or you know we play like divisional opponents in the playoffs. We build a rivalry up throughout the season, and then they hate each other, or it's just a built-in rivalry, you know, which does. I like those games, but also it'd be cool to like play like the worst team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, 82 games, and you know, finishing first in the division, rightfully so. You want to be, you know, granted the best matchup possible for you in terms of, you know, points percentage. But I don't think it honestly makes that much of a difference. These would be the matchups in the first round with, you know, if you went with the 1 versus 8 format. Bruins would still be playing the Penguins. Nothing would change there. Canes would get the Islanders. Nothing would change there. Devils would be playing Tampa, and Rangers would be playing Leafs. So the only 2, well, that's in the East. So the only 2 matchups that flipped is Leafs versus Lightning, who are 5 and 6, and Devils versus Rangers, who are 3 and 4. So there's really not much difference, honestly, to it. If you're in the middle of the pack, I guess like the top teams, you know, are still gonna get the wild card team. So I guess it doesn't really affect them as much. So I kind of see where Marshy's coming from, but like at the same time, I'm like, you might be just like old man yelling at a cloud here.
Yeah. He wants. I agree. I want to see like the Rangers Devils like in the second round. I think that's where he's coming.
Yeah.
Like both teams deserve like a little cupcake. First round type of thing, which I would. I mean, like it does stink because both teams like can't make a run. You know, like they have to play each other. They don't like, but I would like to see him play like in the second round instead of the first. I agree with Marshy.
Yeah, I mean, the current format does make up for some more electric matchups. Like I said, the divisional matchups, the rivalries, the teams you play like 10 or 12 times throughout the year. So, I don't know. Either way, still 8 teams making the playoffs. If we were going like NBA style, doing like a 9 versus 10 play-in, then I could be like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny to watch.
So 1 game play-in.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. That'd be interesting. People, I mean, that would help with the tanking, I guess.
Yeah, could be.
Everyone's friggin' tanking.
Yeah, but then to me, then it's like, all right, everyone's making the playoffs. Like, who's not making the playoffs at that point, you know? That's like what the MLB is doing now, too. They're having, like 4 wild card teams or something. Their format's all wonky, too. And it's like more than half the league is making playoffs.
Yeah, they're doing all kinds of
It's all
things.
It's for tickets. It's for money. You know, because teams make the playoffs, crank up the ticket prices. You know, that
and
place
I think
is
they
going
get
to be
a
sold
bonus.
out.
I think the teams get a bonus for making the playoffs.
Yeah,
too.
so as always, everything always goes back to it being a money grab.
Oh, yeah, that's all it is, capitalism.
All right, let's talk about some quick hitters before we move on here. So Brian Boyle, a local legend from Hingham, Mass., officially announced his retirement from hockey this past week. Sidney Crosby became the first player in NHL history to record a 30-goal season at age 18 and 35. He's also on pace to record his 18th point-per-game season of his 18-year career. Local Millis, Mass. Native Matt Boldy of the Minnesota Wild recorded his second hat trick in the past 5 games. He's on a tear. So aren't the Wild. They've been streaking without Kirill. Former guest of the podcast and Milton, Mass. native Aiden McDonough made his NHL debut for the Vancouver Canucks this past Sunday against the Blackhawks. And lastly, Flyers coach John Tortorella captured his 700th career win. Hats off to Tortsy. Any of those topics you want to touch on, Snipsky?
Dunzo, congrats, kid. It'll be fun to watch. I'll be following that for sure. Matt Boldy, that's nasty. 2 hat tricks in 5 games. Especially in the show, that's crazy. Brian Boyle, hats off to a legend. Remember going to BC games back in the day.
That was when BC was at their peak.
Yeah, BC. Nathan Gerby. I think Corey Schneider was in that.
Yep. Chris Kreider was on the team not too long after that, too.
I think they like this guy Brian Gibbons, who I was a fan of.
Gibbons.
And Crosby, aging like fine wine.
Yeah.
He's such a beast. I don't even, just the way he plays, it's so smooth. I don't even know if he's ever going to hang him up.
Honestly, I was shocked at that stat that he's the first player to record a 30-goal season at 18 and 35. Gretzky didn't do that? No Lemieux? Gretzky?
Yeah, I don't know. It was different back then. People didn't take care of themselves as well, I guess.
Yeah.
As they do nowadays. With all the nutrition and all that. But I don't know. Gretzky, I don't even know how long he played till. It might have been around that.
Yeah,
that's a lot of goals.
Maybe he just wasn't scoring 30 apiece.
Maybe.
He was honestly, it's crazy to say, but he was more of an assist guy. His assists, he would have 100 assists a season.
Yeah, I wish I was shooting at the shoot it 2 to every night.
Yeah, right.
Like Gretz was.
Yeah, your local.
Hey, but if goal scoring was that easy back then, everybody'd have that many goals. So
yeah. Yeah, when you had your local mailman in net for the opposing team.
Yeah, they didn't know how to play goalie back then. Now they do.
Yeah, but Sid the Kid just still doing it, man. Point per game for all 18 seasons of his career so far is insane. He's had a point per game season in every year of his 18-year career.
Yeah, I respect. Yeah, I respect his game. There's always going to be that comparison between him and Ovi, and I'm always going to respect Crosby's game more. Even though I played like I was Ovechkin out there when I was young, I always respected Crosby the way he played. Yeah,
Ovi probably best goal scorer of all time. Crosby might be best complete player of all time because he does everything. He does everything.
I mean we're big Patrice Bergeron, obviously Bruins, but he's just way more skilled than Patrice is, and it's great. I'm surprised Crosby doesn't have that many Selkies, for being a center and such a good two-way guy.
Yeah, I think he's overlooked in the defensive department, honestly, just because he puts up so many points. But I could go down a rabbit hole here of how good Crosby would have been, or if he never had those 10 concussions in the midst of his career. But
somebody, it wasn't Matt Cook, was it? No, Matt Cook played with him. Somebody labeled him though once. I remember that.
Oh, it's been multiple times. People used to just go after him. The Pens had no tough guys on the team to back him up. It was bad. But yeah, he's still doing it. Brian Boyle, legend, guy beat cancer. Came back to the NHL. Bill Masterson winner, too. Well, yeah, and then like you mentioned, BC guy. Literally grew up watching Brian Boyle at BC. Would be at the Conti Forum.
And I think he played with Hayes. He played with Jimmy Hayes, too.
Yeah, yep, he did. That team was so stacked. I remember watching their Beanpot game. Nick Petrecki buried an OT in the canoe.
Yeah, when I was young, I was I heard about Jimmy Hayes and because he was a Dorchester guy, and I was just and they were a wag. It was his freshman year, and they're supposed to be a wag. And I was like, told my dad, I was like, "Yo, can we go to the BC game like the opening night they play Wisconsin?" It was nasty. They rinsed too.
Yeah, BC used to be an absolute powerhouse in college hockey. They were like number one, number two, like almost every year. Won a couple natties.
Good old days.
Yep. Matt Boldy, local guy, showing out from Massachusetts. He's been tearing it up since Krill went down. He's really stepped up for the Wild, and I've been kind of downplaying the Wild all year, but they're getting hot right now, right around playoff time. So that scares me a little bit.
Yeah, and hottest team in the NHL.
Yeah, and love seeing a former guest of the podcast, just on the glow up. Dunzo, he's had a hell of a year. He had a hell of a year last year when we talked to him on the pod. Followed that up with another huge year for Northeastern in his senior campaign, and then now he's making his road to the show. He played the other night against the Blackhawks. Got like 10 minutes, couple shots on net, couple hits, and then they scratched him the other night. And I'm like, come on, like what's that?
Yeah.
Why are you playing him one game and then scratching him?
The Hawks is probably like a soft landing spot because they stink. He's like, all right, like. Get your feet wet with the Blackhawks, and then who'd they play the other night?
They played the Blues. They lost in OT. They blew it. They would have won if they had Dunzo on the line.
Yeah, Dunzo would have buried.
Yeah.
Couple.
I was ready to hammer Dunzo anytime goal scorer.
You think they even have those odds up, though? Like, oh, yeah, we'll throw this kid up on the book, and it's like plus like 3,000 or something. They're like, oh, we'll get rinsed, whatever.
I'm going to be keeping my eye on it like a hawk, because once that line goes up, I'm hammering it, because I know he's burying. He's a natural goal scorer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put him on power play.
He led the Hockey East in goals, I think, the past 2 years. Kid's a machine.
Weapon.
Machine. Get him on the back door. He's burying every time.
Yeah, get him in Ovi's office.
Yeah, little Quinn Hughes dishing over to Dunzo.
Yeah,
a little Pedersen Dunzo connection. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for Dunzo and to see what he can do in the show. And I think he's got a great opportunity with Vancouver because look, they're kind of in a rebuilding stage right now. So he's in a good spot to get some ice time here down the stretch and hopefully solidify himself and be a big part of the team next year.
Yeah, a lot of spots open on that Nucks team.
Oh, yeah. Spots are up for grabs. All right, why don't we move on to our last segment of the night, our weekly NHL Gambling Corner. Before we get into our weekly NHL Gambling Corner, we do want to remind you that online sports betting is live in Massachusetts. You can sign up with multiple sports books, including FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, Barstool, and Caesar Sportsbook, and place your bets on the go on their mobile apps as long as you're 21 or older. And as always, please gamble responsibly. To update you all on our Evander Kane Gamble of the Year standings, actually, shout out to Evander Kane. Our boy scored his 300th career goal this past week.
Oh, nice. He needs to get more goals. He's got to pay those gambling debts off.
Yeah. Not just a gambler, but a certified gold scorer, number 300 of his career. But to recap on last week's records, Bob led the way again, 4-1. He went 5-0 the week before that, followed up with 4-1. He's red hot. Snipsky and I holding our own here, 3-2. So winning week for all the boys this week. I mean, I'll take that.
Yeah, keeping my head above water, like 50-50. My nose is still underwater. My head's sticking up.
Yeah.
I'm up. I'm getting there.
We're staying afloat down the stretch here. The current standings, I remain in first, 61, 49, and 1, 55%. Bob has leapfrogged into second at 54, 51, and 1, hitting at 51%. And then Snipsky right behind him at 54, 53, and 1, 50%. So the race remains tight here.
It's tight.
As I think we only have 3 weeks left of the regular season. So
yeah, I don't know. Are we building in playoff picks too? Or are we
I think we have to. Because I think it's going to be so close. I think we're going to have to extend this to the postseason.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, how we gonna do that? We gonna have to like pick the whole series, or should we just pick a series for somebody to win?
Yeah,
Can we
we'll
get
just
that
do
one
series.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll do
pick
series.
we'll like pick who wins a series or whatever. It could add up to like 2 points or something.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah,
But yeah,
something funny.
the race is tight as ever. So buckle up as we head down the stretch here. All the boys trying to be as sharp as they can, give you guys some winners to finish the year strong. So let's start with Thursday, March 30th. We got the LA Kings at the Edmonton Oilers. Two teams could possibly see each other in the first round of the playoffs. Snipsky, what do you think about this game?
Yeah. I mean, the way they, I'm big on the Oilers. Like, you'll find out when it comes to the playoffs how big I am on the Oilers because everyone's like kind of. But here, I love the Kings because the Kings are just red hot right now. I think they have the best record in the NHL since the trade deadline.
Yeah,
they're really
they've
making
been
a presence.
on fire.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not sure who's like going to be in net. I'm sure it's probably like Phoenix Copley, I would think, or they traded for Korpisalo, huh?
Yeah,
That was the quick trade.
yeah.
That coming.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm
That was
gonna go with
quick for Korpisalo, and then Columbus dished him to Vegas.
Yeah, I didn't know they got Korpisalo, but I'm gonna go with the Kings. They've been red hot, even though the Oilers are at home. I like the way the Kings play.
I love the Kings. I think preseason I picked them to win the Pacific Division. They're in second right now. Both these teams, just
Neck
a couple
and neck,
points
yeah.
separating them.
One
And
point.
Vegas isn't too far ahead. So really anyone between Vegas, LA, and Edmonton could finish first in the Pacific. I love the Kings. They're 7-1-2 in their last 10. Oilers, though, they're just as hot, 8-1-1 in their last 10. This game's a toss-up for me. I think it's too tough to pick, so I'm going to go with the over because I think both offenses have been clicking. Oilers put up 7 last game. And I just think it's going to be goals. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth affair. I like to see a lot of goals in this one. So I'll take the over.
Yeah, Jack Campbell will probably be in net.
I would love that.
That's
for
what
the
I'm
over.
hoping for. He
Yeah.
stinks.
All right, let's move on to Friday, March 31st. We got the New York Rangers at the Buffalo Sabres. This game will be on NHL Network. Sabres still fighting for a playoff spot, man. I mean, I don't think they're out of it just yet. They had a big win the other night over, I think the Islanders. Was that on Saturday? I think they beat the Islanders on Saturday.
They beat the Islanders 2-0, and they just lost to Montreal the other night.
That's the thing with the Sabres, man. So inconsistent. They can beat a pretty decent team like the Islanders, start to pick up some momentum to kind of make a playoff push here, and then they just drop onto the Canadiens. It's like that can't happen. So this one's tough because Rangers are hot, 8-1-1 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game heater. But, I mean, you just never know what to expect from Buffalo. I think we have to ride another over here, man. I think we go with the over again.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one because I do want to take the Sabres, definitely a home dog.
Yeah.
But also, like, the Rangers looked so good the other night. They looked like they were just clicking. Patrick Kane looks like he's 2013 again.
Yeah, they had like 3 goals in 5 minutes to start the game.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I know the Sabres are not probably going to get shut out at home either. So I'm going to take the over. Yeah,
Sabres have been good to me all year long, so it's tough to go against them. And the Rangers, like you said, are red hot right now. So, I can't pick a side in this one. So I'm just going to go with the Old Faithful. Hammer the over. All right, let's move on to Saturday. We got a little double dipper for you guys on Saturday, starting with a little matinee matchup. It's the St. Louis Blues at the Nashville Predators. This one will be on NHL Network as well. Blues Preds. What are you feeling here, Snipsky?
So the Preds are a little. Both teams are like kind of sneaky. You never know what you're gonna get from the Blues, especially with who's in net. Friggin' Binnington. The worst thing they do is get rid of Ville Husso. They'd be in the playoffs. But I think I'm gonna ride with the Preds. I mean, I hoping Saros is in net because he's playing really well right now. If Lankinen's in net, just fade the shit out of this pick. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is another tough one, not going to lie, because Preds are desperate right now, playing desperate hockey. They just beat the Bruins the other night. Big win for them. I think they're still in the hunt in the playoffs. I don't think it's looking likely that they get in. Blues.
They're couple points, 3 points behind Winnipeg.
All right, they're closer than I thought. Blues have been kind of sneaky lately. 6-3-1 in their last 10. Been playing pretty well. I've been burned so many times though this year, taking or fading the Preds at home. So I gotta side with you on this one as well, Snipke. I'm going with the Preds.
Yeah.
Blues have been playing well. I could definitely see them win this game, but I just feel like every time I go against the Predators at home, they always screw me. So I'm going to try and flip the script here, try and learn from my past mistakes, and I'll go with the Preds. All right, our second game for Saturday, we got a nightcap. It's the Dallas Stars at the Colorado Avalanche. This is a good one. This is another potential for a first or second round matchup between the Stars and the Avs. You like a side here, Snipsky? You want me to go?
You go.
This one's tough. This is tough. Colorado really good at home. 20-12-5 at home. Dallas very good on the road. 22-10-5 on the road. Man, this one's tough. This one is tough.
I think with 94 points each in the Central Division.
The Avs 9-1 in their last 10 on a 3-game heater. Dallas not bad either. 6-3-1 their last 10. I don't think I can pick a side here, and I'm gonna go with the old duels at the campfire. I'm gonna go with the under on this one. This feels like a playoff type atmosphere for me. I think this is gonna be a grind fest. Stars, Avs, just going blow for blow. Very well could see each other in the first round. So I'll take my chances on the under here. Not my favorite pick, but if it pays, it plays. So I'll go under. What are you feeling, Snipsky?
Okay, so after some research here, I do like your under pick, and I think it's going to be the Stars.
I was leaning Stars. I was leaning Stars here.
Yeah.
Crazy, but I think the Stars are the better team.
They have a better goaltender, too, like I think when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Because Ottinger, it seems like doesn't need much help, from his defense, but like Georgiev, he needs that complete. It seems like he needs that defense and like the help around him. So Ottinger could take a game over.
Crazy to think that Dallas has been in first in this division almost like the entire year. They now find themselves in third. I mean, they're only a point out from first. The Wild are currently in first, 95 points.
Yep.
We talked about them and how well they've been playing, but the fact that Dallas is now in the 3 spot might be a, underdog in the first round. But it's crazy because they've been really good this year. The team that I think has been slept on by a lot of people is Dallas. They're stacked.
Yeah, this is like a preview of the first round matchup. It'd be Dallas and Colorado. I think play each other in the first round.
That'd be a great series too.
Oh hell yeah! Let's tune in for that. That's going to be some late nights. I'll be watching that.
RoboCop versus McKinnon.
Oh yeah, and then it's looking like Minnesota versus Winnipeg, and I'm like,
Winnipeg.
Oh, that's upset alert.
Winnipeg.
Yeah, I like it. Getting pegged.
I took Winnipeg to win the cup at the All-Star break when they were playing great hockey, and they've been so bad since. So that was such a bad future bet. But hey, you never know. You never know.
Helly to stay up.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of Winnipeg, they'll be our game that we'll be picking on Sunday, April 2nd. It's the New Jersey Devils at the Winnipeg Jets. This one will be on NHL Network. So I read this stat on Twitter. I think it was today or the other day. I don't know if I have my numbers correct here, but I think it was Winnipeg's won just 7 of their last 21 games.
Their last 21?
Yeah, they've been really bad. They've been really bad since the All-Star break. Literally since I placed a future on them to win the cup.
That's how it goes.
They've been playing awful.
Yeah, they lost to San Jose 3-0.
Yeah. You know what, though?
That's bad.
Rick Bowness, though. He's a good coach. He had some choice words the other night after they lost against the Sharks in his press conference. He said some of these guys are dreaming if they think they're out there giving their full effort. I think that's going to spark a fire under these guys' ass. I think, they know they're under the microscope here. Rick Bowness, knowing the coach he is, he's not afraid to bench some star players. So I think we're going to see a motivated Winnipeg team at home against a very good New Jersey Devils team. Don't get me wrong. I think Winnipeg starts to get back on the right track, and that might just be me being optimistic here because I got that future on them. But I need them. I need them to start playing well, so I'm going to roll with the Jets. Jets at home.
Yeah, Jets are good at home too, 22-12-2. Like also, Devils are very good on the road, 26-7-4. But I'm bringing the old duels to the campfire. I'm going to take the under. I think if the Jets are going to win this game, they need the under. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like when you said that, that swayed me what Bonus said because I bet the Devils aren't going to bring their full, maybe not their full effort, full squad for this game because they already have 100 points. They're good. They're playing the Rangers in the first round. I'm sure it depends on. They probably want the home ice, but
yes,
they're up 2 points on the Rangers for home ice in that series. So, I mean, something's got to give.
I think it's a tough spot for New Jersey. Honestly, it's a Sunday. Is it a matinee game?
7.
It's Sunday night, 7. But out in Winnipeg, West Coast, man, that New Jersey to Winnipeg's a haul. So I don't know. That's a tough roadie for New Jersey here. Yeah, might catch them kind of off their game that night. And Winnipeg needs one. They need a win over a big team.
Back-to-back for the Devils. They're in Chicago the night before.
Tough spot for them. I love Winnipeg in this spot, actually. If they don't win this game, Stanley Cup bets off. Might just hedge out.
I want a refund.
Yeah, might just hedge out. Give me the cash out option. I'm out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Jets need it. Give me the Jets. That might be my play of the week. Jets money line on Sunday night.
Horsecock walk.
I won't go that far, but I like it. I like it a lot. All right, those are this week's picks. Feel free to tail the boys or fade us and place your bets online or in person at the sports book as long as you're 21 or older. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER to reach the gambling hotline, which is available 24/7. All right, Bob has unfortunately left the building. He's out playing some hockey. But I think Snipsky, are you taking over for Bob's fun fact of the day?
Yeah. So I don't know if people have heard this. I heard this the other day. But scientists have created a meatball made from woolly mammoth meat, but are afraid to eat it. A mammoth meatball has been created by a cultivated meat company, resurrecting the flesh of the long-extinct animal. The project aims to demonstrate the potential of meat grown from cells without the slaughter of animals and to highlight the link between large-scale livestock production and the deconstruction of wildlife and the climate crisis.
Wait, so let me get this straight. So this is a mammoth meatball that has been human created from mammoth particles?
Yeah, they have like mammoth DNA that they found.
And they grew the meatball from DNA?
Yeah, which is kind of cool. It looks gross.
Does it?
Yeah, it's nasty.
Has anyone tried this?
No, they said the scientists have created the meatball from a woolly mammoth meat, but are afraid to eat it.
So what's the point of making it?
I guess it was a test to they want to make we kill animals and stuff to eat eggs chickens.
It's like an alternative.
Instead of killing animals, the scientists want to make the food from from nothing. You know what I mean? It's hard to my little brain can't explain it that well. But yeah, I guess instead of slaughtering animals, they want to make an experiment. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know how they reproduce with chickens and stuff and just clone chickens and stuff?
Yeah.
They want to clone the food now.
I'm a little conflicted here. This seems like potentially a big stride for mankind because you got to assume that one day all the animals are going to go extinct, and how the hell are we going to, How are we
That's
gonna
why we
survive?
inject them
What
with
are we gonna eat?
HGH.
So if we can do something like that sounds great. But the fact that they made this and no one is even willing to try it makes me a little skeptical here. Like that thing's got to be disgusting looking.
Yeah, it's not great looking. I'll
And
send
why'd they choose a mammoth? Like they could have chosen like a cow, like something normal that we actually eat.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. That is funny that you say that, but yeah, maybe they were just like, all right, like screw it, see if we can do that. They're probably bored or something stupid like that. Like, oh yeah, why not? We got this mammoth DNA. We can just duplicate.
Being a scientist would be so sick. Like you just have that much time on your hands. You're like, you know what? Let's see if we can make a meatball from this like woolly mammoth DNA.
Yeah. Yeah, I sent the post to you if you want to see what it looks like, but it's not great. It looks like a blood ball or something.
Great to see that this is what our scientists are spending their time on.
Yeah, it probably lost a bet or something.
Could maybe be putting this towards a cure for cancer, cure for world hunger, diet pill, something.
Yeah, that all that can take a back seat to the mammoth meat.
Yes, some things are more important.
Yeah, I guess, huh?
All right, that's awesome, though. So, as always, I'd like to thank our producer, Mass Music Radio. They continue to produce music for the masses. And if you haven't already, be sure to go check them out and their other featured podcasts over at www.massmusicradio.com. That's www.massmusicradio.com. All right, I think that just about wraps it up for us here tonight. We hope you enjoyed another episode of The High Slot. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to go check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all at High Slot Podcast for more daily hockey content. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Peace.